We often think of getting a patent as crossing the finish line, right? But what if it's actually the starting gun? So today, we're going to go beyond just filing patents. We're talking about playing the long game, how to manage a patent's entire life to build a seriously powerful competitive edge.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I want you to really think about your company's patent portfolio. Are those patents true assets, actively driving your business forward? Or are they just expensive anchors, weighing you down and costing you money? Because for a lot of companies, if we're being honest, it's the latter.
And that's where the real strategy kicks in. Look, this isn't about trying to protect every single idea that pops into someone's head. It's about being smart, being selective, and pouring your resources into protecting the ideas that are actually going to define your company's future, the right ones.
To really make this work, we've got to completely change how we even think about patents. It's a total mindset shift. Imagine taking them out of the legal costs column in your budget and putting them right into the strategic assets column. It's a whole different ballgame.
And this slide lays it out perfectly. The old way? Super reactive. You see a patent as just a piece of paper, a necessary cost, something you file away. But the new view? It's proactive. That patent is an evolving business tool. It's a strategic investment. It's an active part of how you grow. And believe me, that shift, it is a total game changer.
Okay, so if we're only focusing on the right ideas, how in the world do you spot them, right? This is where we get down to brass tacks. The absolute key is learning to pick out your true core assets. The crown jewels that are actually worth spending a little extra on to protect for a lot longer.
So how do you do it? Well, you look for a few key signals. Just think of them as a simple checklist, a guide to help you find the patents that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck.
All right, signal number one, and this is the big one, core technology. Ask yourself this, is this patent tied directly to how you make money? Like, if you lost it tomorrow, could a competitor just copy your main product? If the answer is yes, bingo, that's a core asset.
Next up, we've got what's called market stickiness. This is a fascinating one. It's when your invention gets so embedded in a whole system, think supply chains, industry standards, that kind of thing, that it's just a huge pain for anyone to switch away from it. That stickiness is pure gold for long-term value.
Signal number 3 is all about the pace of innovation. Let me give you an example. Imagine a clean energy startup. Their app software might change every few months, right? But the actual chemistry in their batteries? That could be the foundation for the next 10 years. So in those slower-moving fields like biotech or battery tech, just one extra year of patent protection can be a massive wall against competitors. Now, this next one is absolutely crucial for some industries, regulatory dependence. Think about it. If your new drug or medical device is stuck in FDA approval for years, you're burning through your patent clock before you've even sold a single unit. So extending that patent term isn't just a nice to have, it's essential to get that lost time back.
And there are a couple other quick signals to keep an eye on. First, licensing potential. Is this a technology other companies would pay to use? That's a huge one. And second, what are your investors saying? If they keep pointing to one patent and saying, that's the thing that makes you special, well, you should probably listen.
Okay, so we've figured out how to spot the right patents. Now for the fun part, the payoff. Why are we doing all this? Because extending a patent's life isn't just some dusty legal exercise. It translates directly into real-world business leverage. And you can see the whole value chain right here. It's a domino effect. Step 1, you strategically add more time to the patent. That leads to step 2, you have a much stronger position in the market. That boosts investor confidence, which brings us to the final payoff. Suddenly, you have way more power at the negotiating table. We're talking partnerships, licensing deals, you name it.
Here's the bottom line, and it's super simple. Every single extra day that you have exclusivity on the market has real, measurable financial value. That's more time to make money, more time to build your brand, and more time to keep competitors at bay right when your product is hitting its stride.
And the impact here isn't small, it's huge. A really smart strategy for, patent term adjustment or extension, PTA and PTE can give you a measurable boost across the board. You're talking longer market leadership, a higher valuation from investors, and more money coming in from licensing. I mean, the numbers really do speak for themselves.
All right, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but how do we actually do it? That's the final piece of the puzzle, right? How do you take this new mindset and bake it into your company's everyday operations so it just becomes habit?
Well, the good news is it doesn't have to be complicated. Here's a super simple 4-step framework.
1. Assign ownership. Somebody needs to be in charge. 2. Build repeatable processes. Keep it simple, use reminders. 3. Get people talking. Your product and legal teams need to be best friends on this. And 4. Write it down. Document your decisions and, more importantly, the why behind them.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. You see, a patent isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's a living asset. You're flagging its importance right from the start, you're checking in on it quarterly, you're taking a hard look when you hit a regulatory milestone, or when you start talking partnerships. It's this constant, ongoing review.
What you're really trying to do here is create a rhythm, a steady pulse. You want to transform patent management from a passive, legal chore into an active, forward-looking business strategy, something that everyone, not just the lawyers, gets and feels a part of.
So I'll just leave you with this one thought. Your best ideas, the ones that could really change the game, they deserve more time. More time to make an impact, more time to generate returns. The only question is, are you actually giving it to them?